Hello, I'm Scott Waller, CEO and co-founder of Thingy IoT. Thingy is a device maker, integrator, and LoRaWAN connectivity provider with a focus on environmental monitoring, agriculture, and public safety. We built our first air quality sensor in 2017 after winning a tech challenge by the US EPA, or Environmental Protection Agency, the US Forest Service, NASA, and others. They wanted a low-cost, portable sensor that could detect certain types of wildfire smoke, like particulates and gases, and remain functional in these harsh environments of a disaster scene. We chose LoRaWAN because by building a device that was compatible with the low-power, long-range LoRaWAN network, we enabled the regulatory agencies and researchers to first monitor wildfire smoke in real time, over long distances, sometimes in areas out of reach of cellular. Second, monitor local weather patterns to help predict where the smoke would blow or pose a risk to the firefighting efforts. And finally, then notify the public and the firefighters when the air quality was dangerous and what actions they could take, like stay indoors, wear a particulate mask, or leave the area. Our continued work with the EPA and others validated the accuracy against the regulatory standards, but also piqued the interest of several research universities and other ways we could apply our technology. One of the very first projects was around measuring the impact of wildfire smoke on agriculture workers. Wildfire seasons, if we could say that anymore, often coincide with a harvest season in the western US, which means that workers are constantly being exposed to poor air quality. Well, to be honest, the harvest or the crop doesn't get a day off because the air quality is bad. Also, because we were already installing LoRaWAN networks in these areas, we were able to quickly add other supporting sensors from the LoRaWAN ecosystem to measure things like microclimates, heat or cold exposure, water utilization, soil moisture, and then applied that to the actual crop management needs. Our initial aim was to reduce the cost of extremely accurate air quality sensors for advancing research, but also enabling greater accessibility to the environmental data in these remote locations. Since then, we've won over a dozen grants measuring the impact of smoke and climate change on specialty crops, like measuring what wine grapes are being exposed to during wildfire smoke events, and how we link that to what causes the smoke taint. Now let's think of air quality in urban versus rural areas. Let's say you're in Washington or California or on the West Coast. If you're in a city, there's plenty of air quality data from the agencies or crowdsourced low-cost sensors, and connectivity is usually pretty sufficient. However, in rural areas, we need to provide this connectivity for these sensors that unlock detailed insights on the environmental conditions, as the network infrastructure in rural communities today are grossly lacking versus the urban areas. These populations are also disproportionately impacted by smoke. It affects their crops, their work, and their livelihood. I work with and listen to researchers, climate scientists, farmers, and agronomists around the world. I help folks advance science by what using technology can do and how to use it. Together, we're creating practical solutions that ensure the air they breathe is safe while they work, and it permits them to make informed decisions about their crops. LoRaWAN is the essential technology that allows me and our team to impact the lives of others, livelihoods, and advancing research for the greater good. Thank you.